entry to it. The title is Serene Sentinel. At the entrance of every temple of Shri Rām, Hanumanji is found as a sentinel. We reach Shri Rām only after paying obedience to Hanumanji. Presence of Hanumanji is essential at every temple of Shri Rām, but the vice versa is not necessary. You hardly found any town or village in India without Hanumanji's temple. In the beginning of the Kishkindakan, Hanumanji brought Shri Rām and Lakshman to Sugriv, who, defeated by his own brother Vali, was in exile on Mount Rishabuk. Hanumanji described Sugriv's anguish and initiated his friendship with Shri Rām. The Lord, having befriended Sugriv, promised to protect him. Lakshman, at variance of his idea, alerted Shri Rām about Sugriv's various shortcomings. Shri Rām pacified Lakshman that since Hanumanji had recommended Sugriv, he cannot be deserted. Another similar event in the Sundarkan, which you all know, where Vibhishan, Ravan's younger brother, had sought Shri Rām's refuge. Everyone suspecting him to a spy advised Rām to keep away from him, while Shri Rām looked at Hanumanji and, on receiving his nod, readily accepted Vibhishan in the core group. These two incidents clearly portray that anyone who is recommended by Shri Hanumanji is readily accepted and protected by Shri Rām. If you come to the door of Shri Rām, your protection is assured by Hanumanji. This can also be interpreted as, if the entrance to your house becomes Ram Dwar, by replacing your nameplate, Hanumanji takes it upon himself to protect you. The moment as well your home as well as your heart become the abode of Shri Rām, Hanumanji is all ready to protect you. When the entire Lanka was ablaze, Vibhishan's house was spared, as not only was the door of the house emblazoned with symbols of Shri Rām, but his heart was also filled with devotion. Saints feel, Jahan Sant Avtar Rahi, Kata Hoi Hari Het, Tulsi Take Bavahi, Chauki Hanuman Det. Where saints arrive frequently and discourses continue with love towards God, Hanuman is the sentinel of such a house, says Tulsidashi. Hanumanji is a symbol of faith in God. In the beginning of the Ramcharitmanas, Tulsidashi says, I bow down to Parvati and Shankar, embodiments of faith and trust, without which even the adept cannot perceive God enshrined in the very heart. Hanumanji, being an incarnation of Lord Shiva, is an embodiment of trust. Without his grace, we cannot perceive Shri Rām enshrined in the heart. Rāma duāre tum rakhavāre, you are the guard to Shri Rām's door. One may ask, who is to be protected? Shri Rām? Does he really need protection? Never. Hanumanji protects the faith of the devotee so he does not forget Shri Rām. At an initial level, we may visualize Hanumanji guarding the temple of Shri Rām, but on a spiritual plane there is no such structure that Hanumanji has to guard. Shri Rām is Purna Brahman, the Supreme Self. Entry to the Ram Dwar means union with the Brahman. God and his abode are not two different identities or locales. There are ample expressions in scriptures to prove this. In the Bhagavad Gita it says, Mai eva mam advashta, mai buddhim nivashise, nivyasi mai evat, urdvam na samshaya. Chapter 12, verse 8. Fix your mind on me alone, dwell your understanding on me, you'll live in me thereafter, there is no doubt about this. A true devotee merges with God just like a drop of water merges into the ocean. Hanumanji guards the faith of a devotee to make his union with Brahman effortless. Each seeker treading the path of the spiritual path is blessed with an element of faith. Along with faith, he has abilities to think and act. Depending on their directions, these abilities may act as boosters or dampeners for the seeker's progress. During challenging times, this element of faith keeps the seeker in unison with God. In reality, the faith in God transformed into love for God, and pure love eventually unites him with the Supreme. Hanumanji is faith personified. Let us conclude this chaupai with Saint Kabir's couplet. Hari se jani te hutkar, Hari se get hat. Dhan dolat Hari det hai, Hari chen hati hai det. Rather than God love his devotee, God bestows material wealth, but the devotee gives God for sure. Verse 22. Sab sukh laye